Okay, so I'm back on Star Rail. I'm just gonna preface this video a little bit. I'm gonna basically get into a little bit of summons. I might have my Tribby pool, but I do have, it's basically been a whole year since I've played, and I started back in 3.1. Was like, whatever, I'll start again. Quit for basically entire my die or whatever his name is banner, because I was just like, whatever, I don't have time for this. But we're back now, and we have Tribby, and we have, Casteroice with her light cone, and Ruanmei from the anniversary. Those are the updates to my account. Really old characters that are utterly useless, other than Acheron, and, that's it. Other than that, I really don't have the ability to, properly use a lot of these characters. Like Jin Yuang, I don't have, the ability to use the man because I don't have a proper team for him, or I haven't had a proper team for him. Maybe Ron may fix that. I don't know. I haven't checked because I also don't really like him overall. But yeah, let's get into the stuff. Let's see. I have my fans on. Who will it be? It's her. Cool. Alright, so I have her now. I don't know exactly how that's gonna work, but yay. In a shocking turn of events, I just spam skip. This has to be like 30 pity. That's interesting, because now I have time to try and summon for these characters. I legitimately was just skipping. I was like, I'm never getting anything, and then I just got it. And we are now a lot, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited now, because now it's like, okay, now Casteroice is gonna look really good, because the main thing was her weapon choices were not good. Even as a free-to-play player, I'm not gonna spend on the battle pass, right? I'm free-to-play on this account basically entirely. Genshin is the main game that I spend on. Now I have this, which this is probably going to be a pretty nice increase. I don't know necessarily what the website has. Oh, I might not have introduced this video at all, honestly, huh? I don't know if I'm going to, start the video at some point, I don't know. But, hey, make sure to, hit the subscribe button for, yep, no targets. Make sure to hit the subscribe button for more Star Rail content, possibly. I don't know. I'm not going to promise it, but I am very much so. I like Casteroice, and, I mean, I said I like Acheron, and I quit the game a couple months after her release. It depends. We'll see how this goes. I will be, probably saving. We'll see how the game progresses for me, because honestly, that was really nice. That was really nice to get everything. I'm currently doing this entire thing because I genuinely am just trying to get to the point where I can, have the materials unlocked. So I'm going through a lot of the main storyline quests for other things. Also, Star Rail has done a very good job of making NPCs that are not 5 stars or summonable characters. I just realized this while I'm going through the story. This guy is so when I see this guy facing it, I will actually know, oh hey, it's that guy. Whereas, in Genshin, that just doesn't happen. Nobody in Genshin acts like that. Nobody in Genshin has that. I could also say for Rappa, I don't know when the last time there was a Rappa banner. So Rappa has never had a rerun banner. Dang, I don't know if I want to do that then, because they just reran characters before and after her. I don't know, because I really like Rappa, and I really like her design. I don't know if I want to summon for her. I will let you guys help me decide. I am going to get the 1,600 Jades soon, right? So that is definitely something that's going to happen. But, yeah. We'll see. I'll let you guys decide. Talk to me about Rappa, because I feel like I have, enough knowledge of her, right? I think she's a break DPS, so you want to run her with Ruanmei. Well, I'll see. I haven't looked at her personally. I haven't used her ever. I have never, anything. I might have actually been logged onto the game when she came out. I might have. I don't know. It's tough, because I think around when Adventuring came out, I was really I don't want to play this game. I think because the story was just taking forever to get through, and I did not have the time to sit through Peekany's story or whatever it was. But yeah, I don't honestly know how much of an intro this video had. I genuinely don't. Yeah, Rappa came out not too long ago. Well, honestly, wow, they reran characters. Yeah, Rappa probably will be getting a rerun very soon. Wait, hold on. Let me check currently what the... she might be getting a rerun in phase 2. Hold on. I guess they're rerunning Dr. Ratio. I think he's the character getting a rerun. Well, no, he was 3. Oh, that's 3.3 there. That's their column. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how this game is gonna work. I really want Rappa, but I think it might be worth more just to try and get like my full, because if I could get Jiao Kui, I think is his name, Jiao Cho or whatever. If it's Jiao Cho, that's pretty sick. But I mean, like, I kind of am like, oh yeah, we could put some, you know, summons towards that, right? We can. I think certainly that's a possibility. Certainly. I don't know. It's a tough one because, like, I don't know. I'll do a couple of these summons here, but I don't think we're close. Because, I mean, look at the pity. I do not know the pity that I had on the weapon banner, but it could not have been high. It couldn't have been. But then again, I probably did summon for Triby's Light Cone a little bit, and then before I got told her E1 was better. Yeah, I mean, I'm at 25 here, so yeah, I probably wasn't that high into pity for that, so that's pretty good. So yes, as it stands currently, I am just playing the game, trying to upgrade my characters, because right now, I cannot clear any of the hard content in the game. None of the hard content I am able to currently clear. I am trying to raise Casteroice here, and I think this is the quest that I need to do to get to her level up materials, which, I mean, that's pretty cool. I already have Tribby, and Tribby is decently raised. I wouldn't say she's amazing, but, like, she's got a good enough build, and her talents are leveled up enough to where I can kind of just look past that. You know, she's not going to be the main DPS, so I'm now going to focus on Casteroice, and then, obviously, I'm going to need to raise up the, you know, Traveler, or the, what is it, Trailblazer? Yeah, that's what he's called in this. Yeah, I'll need to raise up the Trailblazer, and then, you know, Gallagher, I'm obviously going to need to completely raise up again. So, yeah, it certainly is a tough one. Yeah. Oh, hey, speaking of Mr. Jiao Kui, or whoever he is, and then, oh, yeah, that, you know, that guy. I think I've heard some pretty bad things about, you know, this, you know, purple cloak man. I'm not gonna go into him because I genuinely don't know. I've forgotten. You know, we don't like to. But yeah, Star Rail, I think it's mainly a game that when you get the things that you want, like more than any other gacha game, I feel like it's probably gonna be like a very good. I mean, to be fair, Acheron, it was a lot of updates before Acheron got a better like teammate. I guess you would be summoning for Adventurine at the same time. And then Acheron got Jiao Kui, and then the thing is though, she got Jiao Kui, and then they also gave her a rerun like with or a banner in 2.5 that you would have to summon for. So I mean, yeah, it's a tough one. They could do the same thing with Casteroice, but then again, I don't expect Tribby to not be on Casteroice's team. I think they definitely made Tribby and like mine with Casteroice, seeing how well they work together and how they sort of, you know, are the same set. A lot of the stuff, I think they generally are supposed to be like two very tightly knit characters. I'm assuming. I could be wrong. Maybe their kits don't reflect that at all. But Tribby is on, you know, Casteroice's best team, so, you know, maybe. But yeah, I don't think Casteroice will be too tough. It could be that the guy in the next update is like better. I don't know. Well, I'm literally just going and like speculating because I have no idea how this game works anymore. It's been so long. I played for the entire duration to 1.3. Then 1.4 came out. I quit. Then I think I came back to get a free doctor ratio. When was the free doctor ratio? Was it 2.0? Whenever they gave out the free doctor ratio, I came back for a little bit. Sparkle was on banner. Black Swan was on banner. I was like, I want to get one of those. I'm noticing a trend from the release schedule that they generally buff characters' teams like later down the line. I would say Rappa, probably her team. Is her team gonna get a buff soon? Did her team get a buff recently? It might be the case because I'm looking at it. It's very plausible because if we look at Kafka, it was like how came out. That was a pretty good buff for her, right? And then it became Black Swan, and we also had Ruan Mei apparently is another buff for Kafka. I don't know. Exactly. I know there's just it's tough to understand this game, honestly, because the characters' kits are way too complicated nowadays. It genuinely is. I cannot I do not know 99% of the characters I know a decent chunk of, like, their kit. I genuinely could not tell you why Casteroice is, like, the strongest character in the game. I just hear people say that. It's legitimately all that's happening. I'm making them uncomfortable, whatever. Oh, hey, no, whoa, stop that. All right, what if can I just fight him? Negotiations going on my side. I have no idea. I'm be honest. We just clicking things. Ooh, I'm killing the man. Hey, he's losing badly. Yep. Yep. This guy. He can't handle it, man. You know. I hear that Jade is also a good character, honestly. So, who knows? I really don't know if you know, like, who am I gonna summon for? Because Jade seems to be a character who's aging well so far, right? I mean, she came out in 2.3. That's a pretty good aging character if she's still, like, pretty usable in this, you know, state of game. I'm not gonna try and bribe him. Swallow your pride and beg him. I just realized Jinyuan has not had a lot of reruns comparatively to other characters. This guy does not get reruns. Man, that's crazy. Probably because he's so hated, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, sad. Yeah. From what I hear, the community does not like Jinyuan. Ooh, who are you? Oh, yeah, that's the other lady that I need. Yeah, because they came out updates back to back, basically, I think. Like, 2.4 seems to be when Jiao Kui released, and then or no, I need, who is it? I need Ting Yun, Fire, whatever. For Acheron's team, I need, oh no, I only need Jiao Kui, but I'm pretty confident that, there was another version. I don't know. It changes all the time because of Mach being, like, different in certain scenarios, right? You can't just, like, use, yeah, Tingyun Fuij. Yep, I said that right. Yeah. Sparkle also seems to be an okay amplifier for, like, some scenarios, right? Yeah, Jiao Kui seems to be basically tied to Acheron at this point. I don't know if he applies, like, 7 effects at once and it just makes Acheron be able to burst all the time, but seems to be so that it's just the better overall situation to go ahead and run Jiao Kui all the time. By the way, if you've noticed, none of these characters are speaking. Reason for being? Because I'm clicking through this entire thing, no matter what, so I've turned off voices. So if I mispronounce someone's name, I've literally never heard their names pronounced. I'm literally reading it off a piece of paper, and that is it. That is all I'm doing. So I'm probably mispronounced like 7 names by now. You know, you guys got to be fine with that, all right? But yeah, I'm probably... Oh, that's loud. Okay. Is it just... Oh, are they doing Clara's bot 2.0? What are they doing? I think we need Acheron to one-shot this. Well, do you guys think that this is gonna be like a tough, like, thing? Do we think that this is gonna be a tough guy? All right, well, can you stop attacking me? Okay, let's sit here, buddy. All right, I'm gonna, you know, you're not gonna do anything. So this is, you know, the Acheron team. It generally destroys anything in its path. Like, it generally, it will do good. I can't promise that it always does good, but generally, it does good. And this should be a pretty... Yeah, he ain't surviving. Yeah, bye-bye. Well, he survived. Oh, no, never mind. All right, I was like, well, he's surviving, you know, a little bit, but, you know, goodbye. Yeah. Basically, anything in terms of, like, farming, I can generally get away with the Acheron team, which is pretty nice, because the Kafka team, you cannot do that. You can't do that with the Kafka team. Simple as that. Yeah, Kafka, I guess I should talk about it. Kafka is my main character who I use other than Acheron, and that has been a big issue because I have none of the 5-star supports for the Kafka team. None of the 5-star supports. For the longest time, I've been forced to use Asta, Sampo, and then I forget. Yeah, it's Lynx. Lynx as my healer. That's a huge issue I've been running into with, you know, my team, is that Lynx is my healer and she just doesn't heal enough, and I constantly die if I'm using the Kafka team. So yeah, there's some issues. There are some issues. I'm looking at Asta right now. They're talking about her being tier 5, tier 3, tier 2 at best. Like, yeah, we'll just, you know, yeah. Certainly not a great Kafka team, but I can't, you know, I don't have the resources to get a lot of these 5 stars, man. So it'll be interesting to see if I end up, because I mean, I have Ruan Mei, right? We've got the Ruan Mei from the anniversary. The Rappa, I want to get Rappa because she just looks cool. Overall, she is my favorite design by far for any, like, character. I think, by far, I think Rappa is just, like, way better built comparatively. Should we just do it? I think we'll just do it until, because, I mean, he seems very important for Acheron, so I think we'll just continuously keep summoning like this. I don't know if I'll get him within the 15 days, but we'll see. Yeah. But then Rappa also, I mean, I have Ruan Mei, and I think, let me go ahead and look at the, you know, teams that they recommend. I would just need Tingyun Fuge and then also Lingsha. So it's like I'm between, like, you know, I don't know. It's tough, but Ruan Mei seems very, like, they work together, and at least that's half of a good team. And then I can go ahead. I do also have, you know, like, obviously the, you know, Harmony Trailblazer and then Gallagher. So if I was interested in, like, maybe, you know, oh, we'll have Rappa, you know, use someone else, then, you know, that situation, I could sort of try and, you know, get the Rappa teams. Maybe when I think Tingyun is the character that I am looking for maybe to get soon. No, that is her, right? Yeah, it's the other character. It is the it's Lingsha that has not, you know, been back. So Sustain, that would be a character that I would definitely be interested in getting, because other than that Sustain, I mean, Adventuring, I guess. Adventuring seems decent for both of my teams. Is kind of, I don't know, but Lingsha seems to be best for Rappa. I do think that I probably would enjoy getting Rappa. I think that I remember starting the game, or not starting the game, but logging into the game when she came out, right? So I was like, I can get her maybe. But I think I didn't follow through because I didn't like her animations or something. I don't know. I haven't seen her in a while. Like, legitimately, it's been a very, very long time since I have seen her. And, I mean, hopefully I'll be able to get enough of these 5 stars to build proper teams. And once I have, like, maybe just 2 teams, maybe. We'll see if, you know, maybe Casteroice can really change that much. Like, if it does... If she does, and it's like, now I have 2 good teams that I can run, then I can just work on, like, you know, maybe I could just save for Acheron's teams, or maybe I could get the next DPS or something. There's just certain support characters that I'm definitely going to have to get, because I feel like, you know, How or whoever it is, you know, Adventuring, those are constant sustains that are, like, constantly, hugely, you know, talked about. Alright, so let's just go ahead and do this stuff. I don't really, you know, it kind of hurts when you take away my sustain, you know. Alright, we should be able to easily go ahead and kill the monkey here. Boom, 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 and done. There we go. More? Ugh, I have no idea what this is. Like, I feel like they kind of screwed me over on this one, because I think I'm supposed to beat that girl, but I can't because I can't burst often enough because Acheron doesn't have... Why are they doing this to me? Why? Why do you take away my teammates that I desperately need because you make this game just so synergetic? Like, every single character in this game needs a partner. Like, bro, come on, man. They force you to have partners and they take it away, bro. Come on. This girl is gonna win or something. I don't know. Okay, battle over. I don't know. Okay, apparently we won. I really feel like we didn't. I really feel like we didn't. We were basically even. Oh, cool cutscene. Yeah, I think this is like a counter character. This physical character, and then obviously man is standard. So, yeah, we'll see. It'll also be interesting to see what characters they add to losing 50-50. If they do add proper characters to losing 50-50, it'll certainly be, like, characters that, you know, like, if I could use them, it'll be great. Like, if they add one of those sustained characters I was talking about to losing 50-50, then, you know, that'll certainly be great. Okay, yeah. She is supposed to be, like, really... Well, she was insane when she came out, but I think it's because she's so single-target nowadays that... It's basically Sealer all over again. Like, you just can't... In this game, if you summon for single-target characters, you are dumb. I feel like that's the biggest takeaway after Sela's release is that you're just dumb if you summon for single target characters. Now there is, I think the one specific mode. Let me go ahead and see. It is it Apocalyptic Shadow, I think is what it is. It is all basically huge, you know. Apocalyptic Shadow is pretty huge for like single target characters, right? They are able to, you know, still do very well, and they can even, you know, have certain buffs that allow them to hit maybe multiple characters adjacent. But honestly, those kind of buffs don't really do much, at least from what I've, you know, experienced. Yeah, Fei Zhao is whatever. Hopefully. But yeah, I definitely do approve of them, you know, adding, you know, like, oh, hey, you may fail 50-50. Here's maybe 3 limited characters you can do. I would hope that they would just, rather than it being, you know, 3 limited characters you can do, just have it be like a list of, like, old limited characters you no longer want to rerun. That's all Star Rail has to do, and that'll be great. That would just genuinely be great, because then, you know, oh, I lost to Blade, or oh, I lost to Kafka, right? You still would be getting those older characters stronger, and then eventually they have said that they're going to make the older characters better. Even if you have the older characters to lose 50-50 to, you at least get, like, Kafka. She being on the team gives you extra damage over time at like E2, right? At E2, she just outright is like, you will do more damage over time. This literally all you have to do is put her on the team, and then her E1 also does it to whatever, you know, her follow-up attack does. So that would be at least decent for, like, you know, you didn't necessarily summon for her E2, so you didn't waste summons. But, you know, you now have an E2 Kafka who can increase damage over time. And if a new DPS comes out that wants to use damage over time and increases its damage, then, you know, Kafka and that DPS can sort of collide and, you know, do very well. However, will that ever happen? I have no idea, because it doesn't seem like Kafka is even close to being good anymore. And it's just like, why would you even run her? Even, like, looking at the characters that she needs on her team, like, who are you running? Like, if I go to build in teams for Black Swan, right? I guess Kafka is on her best teams, and then you also have, you know, Acheron here. You could run Black Swan, you know, Jiaokui, and then Adventuring is the third team that they show. It's yeah, it's certainly something, but I mean, again though, they're not necessarily great. I don't really like, you know, Kafka anymore. I'll be honest. Kafka was cool because she, you know, pulled out a Glock, or not Glock, but Uzi. And then she just shot your enemies. But yeah, one thing I will say though is, while it seems like the older characters, basically all characters released before 2.0, well, no, 1.5 had 2 characters with you know, red-haired man, and then How that was pretty good, and then Ruan Mei in 1.6. But then after that, 2.0 hits, and I feel like they kind of, with Black Swan, she fell off, so is sort of Sparkle. But I feel like they kind of have, like, better characters nowadays, comparatively. Like, if you look back a couple updates, you know, back in the 2.0 series, it's nowhere near as bad as the 1.0 series, right? The 1.0 series characters really, I feel like, struggled with them just not having a lot in their kit. And then the 2.0 series beyond probably is around when I stopped being able to understand a single thing about these characters. Like, I genuinely, these characters' kits are just way too complex, and they didn't need to add 700 abilities. Like, they didn't. They genuinely didn't need to add 700 abilities. Genshin's display forum is a lot better also, because, yeah, it's cool that it's like a nice little pattern or whatever, but then you end up, you know, like, it's a pattern that you can't really memorize all the time, because you're looking at 700 other unique patterns, and it's like, you don't really understand a lot of the kits. And I mean, dude, I'm looking at A2 of who am I looking at? Acheron, apparently. Alright, yeah. Bro, when battle starts, immediately gains 5 points of Slash Dreams. It applies 5 stacks of Crimson Knot to a random enemy. When Slash Dreams reach a upper limit, for every point of Slash Dream that exceeds limit, you know, gain 1 stack of Quadrivalent Ascendance, increases the maximum stackable count to 3. That's, like, insane. That's insane. Like, it's one passive. There's so much to unpack. What is Slash Dreams? What is Crimson Knot? What is a Quadrivalent, you know, Ascendance, whatever. Like, there's 3 different buff effects that are happening. It's the same issue that I had with Verissa when she came out. It's like, dude, why are there so many buff effects? And some of the buff effects in Verissa's kit do the same exact thing. They just go by different names. It's really like, if you read a character's kit in one of these games nowadays, you can't understand it. And I'm at this point, it's like, for Star Rail, I want it to be that way, or not like that way, but I want to have that experience, because like, as a, you know, Genshin YouTuber, I can sort of understand Genshin characters' kits by now, because I just sort of, you know, rather than even understanding their kit, I generally just look up a combo, look up like a best team for them, and, you know, I'll find like Reddit posts, I'll find like websites that'll, you know, generally give me, you know, that sort of info. And that is how I sort of do Genshin stuff in right now. But like, you can sort of even understand by playing the character, you understand. Like, even, you know, Acheron, I'm talking about, you know, she has 3 different buff effects, but like, I kind of understand what she's supposed to do. But like, they really need to dumb down these explanations. They do. And it's not even a dumb down, it's just make it understandable. Like, it doesn't have to be 700 words. It doesn't. Like, how many, I wonder, hold on. In my meantime, while I play the game here, let's go ahead. I'm going to copy and paste all of Acheron's passives and all this stuff into a doc. And we'll see how many words it comes out to. I'm not going to do the names of abilities. We're already on to page 2. So just copying the talents and stuff from it, it is 584 words to say, get 9 stacks of, you know, apply 9 buff effects or something, right? It's 584 words to just say, apply 9 buff effects to something. She relies on that to, you know, do her burst. She races and does these modifiers. You should not have to. You should not have to have this much wording. And this is not, there's no way this is the worst character, because we just got Casteroice, who, hold on. Now, let's go ahead and look at Casteroice. Hold on. We have to go look at Casteroice. Because Casteroice has even more words, because she has special abilities added to her through her Mesphorite, I think is what it's called. You could also go ahead and add in the weapon too, because I mean, for a lot of characters, that is a part of, you know, what they do, right? So a whole bunch of weapons that have way too much, you know, words, right? That definitely exists. So looking at this, now the word count is 814. So, yeah, honestly, kind of impressive for them, because I mean, to be fair, like, they added 500 abilities. Now, I'm not counting like all of these traces, which are like, oh, crit damage plus 8%, right? Whatever. Realistically, should they, you know, just make these base built into the characters? Yeah, probably. Like, this would just smoothen the experience way more. It'd be way easier to understand these characters if they didn't have all these like weird, oh, a little bit of crit rate, a little bit of crit rate, a little bit of crit rate, right? They didn't have that everywhere, right? But like, 800 words for the 2 extra talents comparatively to, you know, Acheron, who has, you know, these, and it's just like normal things. I mean, but I mean, look how long this one is, man. Like, this is terrible. And then this one's worse, or it's worse, kind of. It's 3 parts. It really is just, man, I wish, like, they just, you know, went ahead and, didn't make everything overly complicated in this game and could just explain it in like 2 or 3 sentences, right? They can. All right, come on, let's get through this. Let's get through this story, man. We have been going on this story for so long at this point. How long have I been recording? 42 minutes. Okay, so I think we've done a lot by now. Yeah, I've talked a lot. You know, I did not expect it to go this well. I mean, I guess I haven't talked necessarily about, you know, I have May now, and I have Tribby. I do have, like, Cassie's best team, right? I do genuinely have her best team. I quit for basically, I mean, let me look at the thing. I mean, I quit the game around when Boot Hill was released. I full on quit. Like, I put the game down. I saw Rappa and I was genuinely like, okay, I like her design. And I was tempted to start again. Did not. And then it was 3.1 in which I went ahead and I got back on the game because I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know what. I think it was just people in the Discord nagging me to play Star Rail. I was like, all right, sure, whatever. Their anniversary is about to happen. I'll give it another try. Anniversary, very much so, seems very strong, very, very nice. I overall like the characters. I like how this. All right, simply put, this is an anniversary character. A character that is widely considered a very strong character, best character in the game possibly, from what I have heard, people say that she's the best character in the game and that she's like, oh my god, insane. But then again, everyone basically says every character is insane and the best character in the game when they release. It feels like that is where Star Rail is at right now, where it's just like constant, like, oh, new best character in the game, new best character in the game, which if you're a paying player definitely feels good because you constantly are getting like better and better characters, which is very nice. And honestly, yeah. Am I tempted to, maybe, oh, let me go get Jiao Kui because, we have these special, bundles and stuff for Star Rail, am I? Maybe a little. But I don't think I will because I probably will not be, I don't know. It depends how much content I make on Star Rail, but other than that, yeah. Thank you guys for sticking around in this video. 570% value for one summon, really? All right, that's a little stretching it, aren't you? All right, I think now is when we will end the Star Rail video. Maybe I'll do like a weekly update series, or I'll just try and keep raising my characters or stuff. I don't know. Maybe every Monday I'll do a Star Rail video. Well, I guess today is Monday. Tuesday is when you guys are going to see it. Maybe I'll do it every Tuesday. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.